week or two ago, I made a video about how relationships are pretty garbo right now, and no one knows what they're doing. And I, the smartest, greatest person, most intelligent, sexiest man on earth, will tell you how to build a strong relationship right now. You're welcome. This is just going to be a simple overview that's quick about some concepts that I think would be good for building a strong relationship, and that I know from experience have helped me get closer to people. I'm not gonna go in depth in this one, but I might make videos in the future that go into these separate topics that I discuss a bit more in depth. So the first thing, you have to actually know what you want from the relationship. Do you want it to just be casual? Do you want a serious long-term relationship? Or like, just, you have to know exactly what you want for the relationship before you go into it. You can't talk to someone, I mean you can, but it'd be shitty to fucking start talking to someone and say, I don't think I'm ready for a relationship. If you do that, then fuck you. Respectfully, with much love, I'm here to make you better, but I'm also gonna yell at you a bit. You should think about that before you get into the relationship, and write down what you want from the relationship, what kind of person you want to be with, and what kind of person that person would be attracted to. That's most important. So if you want someone who's I'm talking too fast. If you want somebody who is emotionally intelligent, you better be emotionally intelligent yourself, you silly Billy. So yeah, that's the basic advice of become the person you want to attract. And also, if you find yourself like attracting or getting with the same type of people that have the same problems, you need to work on yourself and realize why you're attracted to these people, and how to suss out if this person is like these other people that the relationship didn't end good with because of these reasons, or these things about that person that you've seen in the past. Like, someone will have, like, maybe not their first, but a relationship that then goes bad, and then in every other person that they meet, they try to find that person in some kind of way, and then maybe it's like their personality, or how they dress, how they, like just random things about them. And that's okay if like you have just a type, but that can also lead you to keep trying to look for people that aren't good for you, because you might not knowing, you might be like attracted to that toxic part of the person, and you have to figure that out and realize how to deal with that before getting into another relationship. And to actually be able to find someone, first of all, dating apps are absolute shit. I mean, I'm like 17 and in a relationship, so I'm probably never gonna use them because I'm in a relationship, blah, blah. And I know they're shit because you're competing, like, obviously you're competing with people in real life all the time with like relationships and stuff, but like, it's just like Tinder, there's like thousands of people or hundreds of people in that area that are going for the same people all the time, and it's really hard to stand out or build an actual connection with a person that's getting hundreds of matches a day, or however many matches a day. So yes, that means you will actually have to talk to people in person. I know it's scary to go outside, come out of your goon cave, please shower too, and put on deodorant. But you're gonna have to do it. Get some of your friends who hopefully aren't imaginary, maybe they can set you up with someone. Or you can, maybe like, different like clubs or something. I've heard run clubs are, people meet a lot of people through that. And just things that force you to be social, where you can't just keep to yourself, and where being social is encouraged. Alright, so after you find the person, assuming that you don't scare them off with your green stench cloud, and you actually start talking to this person, just take it slow, obviously. Maybe not obviously, that's why I'm making this video, you fucking dumbass. That was to myself. You have to be willing to risk getting hurt if you want to get into a relationship, because if you don't, then you're not going to be able to connect to that person in any meaningful, deep way. You're just going to always have your walls up. You're going to think they love you. They're going to think that they love a side of you, but you're going to be scared that what if I show them the rest of me and then they hate me or they don't like me and they want to break up, and you're always going to be scared of that. So if you get into a relationship, you have to be willing to be vulnerable, or there's no point. It's just going to be leading to heartache and confusion and disappointment. Another thing that goes with being vulnerable, or allowing yourself to be vulnerable, is being able to show the person that you're with affection. Because if you don't, in some way at least, then they're always going to be thinking, does this person actually like me? If they liked me, why aren't they showing me any affection at all? Maybe you know, you do a little bit, but then you're scared that if you show too much, it'll turn them off. Which, if you want to show more affection and then they are turned off by you showing more affection, then it's not the right person for you, and you shouldn't be in that relationship. Because you should be able to, obviously, like, within boundaries of, like, the situation, don't fucking make out in the middle of the family gathering, okay? Like, there's, you know, that stuff. But if, like, they're just not receptive to your affection, then that's probably maybe not someone who you will want to be with. Or maybe they have a different love language. Maybe yours is physical touch, and, you know, you like fucking hugging and kissing and all that sappy shit, but they like words of affirmation and maybe don't want so much physical contact or gift giving and stuff like that. So you want to figure that out in some way, how they like affection to be shown to them and expressed to them, so there's no confusion or anger or like arguments about that. And then if an argument does come about that and you don't talk about it, you're both going to be confused and mad, because you think you're just trying to, you know, show affection and be nice, but maybe something happened in their past that made them averse to that form of affection, and it triggered that in them, and now they're like super emotional and like heightened and shit, and they want to be alone. One thing that's also really important is you have to like get interested in your partner and about their life and the things they like to do, because maybe they're like either they're like maybe closed off, or they just don't talk about it as much. But especially just showing that you have interest in them and what they do and what they like will, like, it'll show them that you do care and you want to get to know them more, which is really important, because if someone thinks that that you want to know them more, then they might think this person really cares about me, and they'll want to stay with you more and get to know more about you. One thing that you shouldn't do, at least most of the time in my opinion, is like talk to your friends and complain about your partner to your friends, because most of the time if you do that, you might not be talking about all the good times to your friends, and then they might only think of your partner as this person who causes you all of these problems, and they only see the bad parts of when you're arguing, and they don't see when you're happy together and when you're like enjoying each other's company. So if you do that, then they'll only see the bad parts of your partner, and they'll think they'll think this person is toxic for you, and maybe try to get you to break up with them, when in reality it could be a strong relationship, but they just don't know the full story about it. So let me know what you thought about the video. I hope it helped in some kind of way. Sorry I didn't upload last week. I just was lazy and didn't feel like it. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you think there's anything else that I should talk about or anything I missed. So yeah, thank you for watching and goodbye.